Hello everyone. Here we introduce our work called Intrinsic-Extrinsic Preserved GANs for Unsupervised 3D Post-Transfer. It's a joint work by the University of Oulu, ETH and the University of Trento. The goal in this work is to transfer a given source pose to our target human mesh in an unsupervised manner so that the resulting target mesh is performing the source pose. The existing limitation for 3D pose transfer is that the constraints are always needed for the training set. Either the same pose or the same shape should be given in the training set to successfully disentangle the shape and pose information. Differently, in this work, we present an unsupervised approach to conduct pose transfer between any arbitrary given 3D meshes. No constraints are needed in the training set in this work. We achieve this with unsupervised disentanglement learning. Inspired by the latest unsupervised learning work in the 2D field, the 3D pose transfer in this work is done by manipulating the latent codes with extra well-designed constraints by us. Specifically, we propose a novel framework called IEP-GAN. It has two training flows with well-designed constraints that can generate realistic and high-fidelity meshes. The first flow in IEP-GAN is to reconstruct the original mesh. It results in two loss functions. One is a point-to-point L2 loss for converging to the original mesh, and the other one is discriminating loss given by a global discriminator to distinguish if it is a realistic mesh or not. The original mesh will be embedded with an encoder into latent codes of shape and pose. Then, the latent codes will be fed into a generator to reconstruct the mesh. The second one is a transferring flow. It swaps the latent codes of the two given source mesh to generate the post-transferred mesh. It results in a discriminating loss given by a local discriminator to examine if the post-transferred meshes are realistic or not. Besides, since we don't have any constraints on the training dataset, to achieve satisfying disentanglement of the factors, we designed the two constraints for preserving the intrinsic and extrinsic information. One is a co-occurrence discriminator that compares several Laplacian samplings of the original and generated meshes. And the other one is an adaptive regional geodesic loss that can adaptively preserve the regional geodesic features. Altogether, we propose the four objective functions as shown in the slide. We first present the ablation study. Experimental results show that the regional geodesic loss can improve shape preservation while efficiently reduce the runtime. Then, results also show that our intrinsic preservation with Laplacian occurrence discriminator can help to improve the disentanglement effects. Compared with other methods, our method achieves competitive performance with other state-of-the-art results. Note that ours is on a fully unsupervised setting. Our method can not only work on the human body meshes, but also on other domains, including hands and animals. We further show the possibility of manipulating the latent codes learned by IEP-GAN. The left figure shows the visualization of latent space. We observe that clusters in the latent space reasonably fit their physical pose representations. The right part shows the disentanglement effects by interpolating among two latent codes. Our code is available with the given QR code. Thanks for your attention.